Hello, and welcome everybody to another J Chase Streams live stream. I hope you are having a fantastic Sunday today, although I realize that depending on where you are in the world, it could literally be Saturday for you right now. Hello, I think that's possible. Should be possible. Yeah, it's like 12 a.m. somewhere right now. Good to see you all, or at least good to see you all in chat. Hello, Lemons, Colombia, Robert, Barry, Antony. What's up, Daniel, Weird Dog? Hey, everybody. What's up, Andy Bake, Mr. Wanapon? Good to see you all here in chat. I hope you're having a great day today. It's a nice little Sunday morning. The weather is warming up. We've had a couple of nice days. We're gonna be going hiking with the puppy eventually soon. We went on one hike already with her. What's up, Frosty Boy? What's up, Reki? What's up, JM? How you all doing? I got the puppy with me right now. You can barely see her, but we've gone on a hike with her, and she had a lot of fun. And so we're gonna go on some more hikes with her soon. And get out and about, get in the world, touch grass, basically. You know, it's good for your health. What's up? Hey, good to see you. Good to have you here in chat. Your first stream, very nice. What's up? Hey, good morning to everybody. It's early morning for you? Yeah, it is exactly noon o'clock for me, which means that I've got the situation where I forgot to eat lunch, and so I'm like, oh no. I just ate some crackers right before the stream, just so I'm not like overly hungry. But we'll see what happens in the next hour. Yeah, your username looks like you're trying to get me to, I mean, I'm not gonna, I'm sorry, but what's up, Long? I'll call you Long. Not, because although that name could be a real name, I'm a little doubtful. Having some nuggets? Dude, I know, you guys get to just eat at any time. For me, it's like, if I eat on stream, it's disgusting. You guys don't want me to just be like, blah, blah, blah. I have to eat, like, on little breaks in between. But you guys just enjoy snacks, have some popcorn, have a full meal. Enjoy. You guys get to relax. What's up? How you doing, aliens? Yes, we have Winnie. Winnie is our puppy. She's the same one. You're waiting for SpongeBob Milk. Good to see you in chat. Glad you're here. Well, you want to talk about waiting for SpongeBob in your life? That's what we're working on today. We're working on more SpongeBob in your life. How dare you put me in a trash tier? I haven't put you in any. Oh, I did put you. You're Squidward, right? I put you in trash tier because that's where PJ Masks Squidward belongs. I didn't listen. Don't forget. Anytime that I put a Squidward art or a SpongeBob art soon into darn, are we doing that like a little bit after March? I think. Wow, has it really been a full year? It goes by fast. Anyways, every time I put it in the trash tier, it's because I did a bad job. That's what happens. I don't think I've seen Gruff. Yeah. So, we have a 3D model here. Woo! It's a 3D model with some mittens that I need to also turn off. So we're going to turn off the green screen footage. We're going to turn off the mittens. We don't need any of this. Hi, ma'am. How you doing? How are you doing this morning? You're doing good, aren't you? She's very needy. I had a weird situation coming up right before the stream where I thought I had to cancel the stream because my keyboard wasn't working correctly. I had no idea what was going on wrong, but every time I pressed, like some of the buttons were typing out letters and some of the buttons were doing something crazy and I didn't understand it. Like I was in After Effects trying to work on it and I would press the W button. I use Blender for 3D animation, yes. So Blender, it's an amazing program and it's free, so of course, it's the way to go. Now I still don't remember where exactly... Are these just parented under this? They're probably just parented under this. I need to like see where they are, because there we are. Okay, so they're under the retro handle, and under the retro handle, and we'll turn these all off. So there you go, mittens are gone. No more Patrick Mitten reference image. Boom. So now we can actually render this out, and we'll get to that in a second. It's been a very busy week. Oh my goodness, it's been a busy week. Nonetheless, we have this animation. It's missing one portion of it right now, and it's missing Patrick actually having his arms out and grabbing onto the steering wheel. But for the rest of it, we have Patrick whipping the ship around. So he whips the ship around. We are going to cover the shadows today, along with actually covering the kind of rendering of it itself. Did it get muted? Can we see the progress? Of what? This is the progress. So, I mean, I can press play, although After Effects does its weird, like, slow render thing. So, as you can see, he's just already grabbed onto it, so we kind of need to animate him actually grabbing onto it. We haven't animated before that frame just yet. But yeah, so like really smooth motions. What we're gonna do is the following. The first thing I'm gonna do is quickly animate his arms. Well, let's just see if we can just do that really quick. And then secondly, we're gonna add shadows. Once we've added shadows, I'm going to take his footage, throw it into the 3D model, do a quick render, and then do some funny layering stuff just to make it look all good. But that way we're gonna have the shadows baked in, and because this metal in the 3D model is reflective. And I'd love for Patrick to reflect into the 3D model itself. That's what I would really like. So we're going to try to actually get the animation and put it into the 3D program. That way it just looks all good and nice. He moved realistic, really good at this. Thank you. Can I rank all the SpongeBob movies? Yeah, I'll rank them top to bottom in the exact order they were released. First place is for the first movie, second place is for the second movie, third place is for the third movie. Is there a fourth movie yet? I don't know. And then there's the Sandy movie, which I guess a lot of people have already seen, but I haven't because I didn't watch it when it got leaked. So I have no idea how good or bad the Sandy movie is. Alright, so these arms are currently on their own distinctive layers, and they were animated in Adobe Animate and then rendered separately. So we have the front arm here, and then we also have the tracing mittens. So the tracing mittens are their own layers, and what we're going to do is just... right as we want to have him let go, it'll be right here. So this is our first frame, we're going to have him let go. And I'm just going to draw a noob. We're just going to draw a noob. So we're going to take all of this, drag it back this far. I'm going to grab my pen tool, and what I want is to not use green and black. So my fill color, I'm just going to go ahead and grab his normal color. And for the line stroke color, I'm going to grab his line color. Boom. So now we're animating in After Effects, which is something I rarely do, but this is a situation where it's more beneficial to do it here, just because of kind of like a speed thing. So when you just click randomly in After Effects, you'll create a new solid, and that solid is exactly what we're going to end up using. You can't tell if the Sandy movie was a dream or not. That doesn't bode very well. The Sandy movie is bad, but you adore the animation. So it's kind of like the third SpongeBob movie, right? Like, the third SpongeBob movie was kind of meh on a storytelling standpoint, but had really good 3D animation. Like, really good. I really enjoyed that movie on the animation standpoint. Like, it was so pretty. Alright, so now, let's see, I know, let's just split the layer here. Delete that. Tell me the delete button actually deletes, or did I just press the wrong button? I probably just pressed the wrong button. Delete. There we go. Good. Alright, so, we'll grab these. So the reason my keyboard was doing the weird thing, I started telling this story. Here's what was happening. I was typing, like, I was trying to use the rotation tool and stuff like that. When I would press the W button, things went up. And I'm like, what's going on? And when I pressed the A button, or the S button, or the D button, things were going in random directions. And I was trying to, like, type into Google. I was just testing every single keyboard button to figure out what was going on. Here's what happened. Apparently, there's a keyboard shortcut on Windows where you press, I think it's the function button and W. So the FN, function button, and W. If you press those at the same time, it'll swap your directional keys with WASD. Which means that if you just try to type with the letters W, A, S, or D, you actually do directional buttons instead. And it was freaking me out. I had no idea what was going on, and I couldn't Google it with my computer because the W, A, S, and D buttons weren't working. So I had to Google it on my phone, and then it turns out, oh, what happened is Winnie was going crazy right before the stream. She slammed her paws on the keyboard and accidentally started that keyboard shortcut. So I was stuck in a crazy limbo world where I couldn't actually type anything that had a W, an A, or an S, or a D. But it's a toggle, so I was able to switch it right back, and there was no issue. I think we're gonna go with a 5 on the pixel size of the arm here. I'm just gonna kind of go back and forth until I figure it out. We're gonna go back and forth in these two frames to see if, yeah, that's good enough. I can probably make his arm move more because right now he's not actually moving backwards yet. So this is where we're gonna animate. So I'm just gonna chat and kind of animate pretty. We're just gonna go through the process of it basically. So we're gonna go through shape. We're gonna go through stroke. We're gonna go through path. Actually, I did the wrong way. Path. Okay, there we go. So now we can animate the path. And then it's a Netflix movie. She had the zoomies. You have no idea. She had a crazy zoomies earlier. She was running around in the backyard, and I was just like, trying to have her go to the bathroom. And then we have a neighbor dog who, my goodness, does this neighbor dog get her so excited every time she sees the neighbor dog, she like drops down on all fours, watches like crazily. She's like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? She gets so excited. Alright, so what we have here is a situation where his arms are gonna be going out sideways. So I'm gonna actually have his arms go like, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? We're gonna have him go up a bit. I have no idea if this is good. This is probably not gonna look green at the start. I've got the limitation of working in 3D space with a two-dimensional character. And that's never a great thing. Why is Skibidi Toilet still a meme? Is it not the oldest meme in the world yet? You're gonna donate a chicken nugget to the stream? Thank you. I don't think it'll arrive very easily edible, depending on how long it takes to send an internet chicken nugget. Will there be aliens in the episode? Ooh, that's a great question. It would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? It would be pretty cool to have aliens in the space episode. It'd be pretty neat, wouldn't it? I like the idea. No promises. No promises. Alright. I'm just trying to figure out an arm shape that's gonna look good here. Ooh, that's actually... This arm right here isn't bad. I don't like where it becomes, but this, not bad. I'm actually gonna just save what the automatic thing was made. We're gonna put this like this. Because this looks like his elbow is facing the camera. And then we're gonna take this and make this be his forearm. I doubt the transition will work very well between those two, but we're about to find out. That's kind of how working goes sometimes. You're like, I have no idea if this is gonna look good. Let's check it out. Alright. Nope, it did not look good. So, we're going to copy this, paste it here, and just kind of like shift it to the side. And we'll move these. Kind of give a proper elbow-ish thing going on here. Don't spam mainly because it takes me a couple of seconds between each time that I check the chat, so I can't even respond to your message. I will not put you in bold and brash tier. You are exactly where you belong, sir. You are exactly where you belong. Alright. Let's see if this looks anything good. Sure, maybe. I can put some tweens on it and maybe it'll look better. That's actually not bad. We're just gonna... Here's what we're gonna do. Easy ease out, which is exactly what it should be called. I don't like how they call it the opposite. Oh, okay. I think the only thing I can do to improve this is to actually have it start farther and go back. So he starts at a moderate level and then actually goes farther back in anticipation. So he's like freaking out. He kind of whips back. And then we'll make this a ease. Okay, there we go. So this should work. Oh, that's intense. That is very intense. Whoa, do I like that? I almost like it. Here's the thing. I want to have this arm go down farther. It's good with the exception of his arm kind of goes up and it's weird. There we go. So maybe this will look better. Yep, that's good for me. Man, he just... Okay. I feel like his whole body could also be pushed a bit more, and we might do that animation here in After Effects in a second. Have you heard of Alan Becker, who's famous? Yes, I love the Alan Becker animations. He's very good. You like the shifting motion? Good, I'm glad. Okay, so that arm is good. That was quick. Let's just do the other arm now. The other arm will be even easier. Now, I actually do have some animation that's done. It's just not here right now. So let me go ahead and bring this animation in because we have his hand gripping right here. Let's go ahead and do this animation in Animate, where I think it'll be faster that way. I'm going to put on my glove of magic drawing skills. It's the glove that actually makes me draw better, right? That's exactly how that works. Alright, so he starts letting go. Let's see. You know what I need? I need to actually see the background footage. I turn off the sketch. Okay, there we go. So, he starts letting go. I need to let go faster. This tiny little let go is not enough. So we're going to take this, and we're just going to fully delete it. What is this layer? That's the top layer? Don't need it. Okay, we're going to turn all of that off. We're going to turn off everything but nah, probably not. I'll just keep it on. Okay. Turn on our onion skinning so that we can wonderfully see the previous layer and the last layer. Wait, I just said the same. The previous layer and the next layer is what I meant to say. Alright, so we're gonna go with like a rounded thumb here. And then, let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Which way does that move? It's fully there and pulls back. Ah, I see. This is the layer that I don't need. I don't know why that's like that. Okay. Actually, is that a good pose? No, it's not a good pose. I do not like it. So we're going to go from here to here. Ah, I really like that thumb. That's a good thumb. And we'll go, like, wide open like that. So he starts grabbing onto it. This is my old glove. I still have, like, my wife still has her glove. But this one is my one that I used to have. And if you can't notice, there's something going on here that makes it look like I should have had a fifth finger. This is the initial middle and pinky finger. That's what this is. The problem being is that one time, like a couple months ago, Winnie bit off the end of the pinky finger. So now it's literally pointless, because now my pinky finger will be rubbing onto the screen. That's the whole reason that this glove actually exists, is to stop you from, like, smudging the screen. So now that point is pointless. So instead, I've just now only used the last finger as my pinky, because the ring finger doesn't really touch the screen all that much. It's really just my pinky. If you look at, like, if you're the screen right now, my ring finger's not really touching it. So, yeah, I just have this extra flap. If this finger somehow rips, then I'll buy a new glove. But for now, it literally works exactly like intended. Well, maybe not intended, but exactly like I need it to work. When you deserve a treat, you can donate a glove for me. Again, if it ain't broke, don't... Well, ironically, it is literally broken. But if it ain't broken functionality-wise, don't fix it. I'm fine with where it is. This is how I live my life, you know? Try not to spend money that you don't need to spend if everything is working just fine as it is. Just, you know, handle it. Work with it. Work with what you got. If life gives you lemons, then you make a one-fingered lemonade, I guess. I mean, I only started with 2 fingers, so it's 50% off, let's be honest. I've actually lost a lot. I've lost half of the functionality. I've lost none of the functionality, though. That's the point. Alright. I'm gonna go and probably only do one more frame before the rest of this is done in After Effects, because... Insert blank keyframe. Actually, ooh, I think Patrick's thumb shouldn't be going that far back. Because he needs to, like, the thumb needs to start going behind the actual joystick. And we'll go here. In fact, his whole hand could be behind the joystick at this point. So what we're going to do is swap this around, have the hand fully go behind. And fill that in. We'll have the arm done in... Oh, that looks good! That's one of the better Patrick mittens I've ever done. I'm just gonna copy that. Can I just use that for the rest of it? No, it would be bad to use that for the rest of it. So I'm gonna do another one and have it be less mitteny. Let's see, so swap it over. Can you change the member emojis? In fact, in a future live stream, maybe we can make some new emojis, like a SpongeBob thumbs up, because no one is usually using the member. Oh yeah, we should. You couldn't put the idea for SpongeBob art. SpongeBob art is drawn by yeah. That would be really entertaining. She's not available today, though, so that's the thing, is, like, she's not here every live stream. In fact, half of the live streams we do, she's busy. So, it would be really interesting, but I don't know if we'd be able to actually make it work out. Alright. I'm trying to get, like, the not fully open mitten. And I think that'll work. So now we can just do the arm in After Effects. What was that accent? Let me get my After Effects. Sure. Alright, so I'm going to turn off everything but that layer. And I really only need like a couple of frames, but oh well. We'll render the whole thing. Wow, that was a loud meow. There's a dog interrogating a cat. Like, you can't see. There, she's staring at the fence, and the cat is on the other. Oh, you see that swipe? Do you see that swipe through? They're having a fight. The fence is in their way, but they're having a fight. Alright, let's render. Put my pen down, take the glove off. I'll see that glove at the end of the stream, no doubt. Thank you, Alfie. Good to have you here. No, we will never have my wife photoshopped into SpongeBob. I'm okay with my own face being absolutely destroyed and turned into an embarrassing piece of art, but I will save her from that embarrassment. Alright, so I am in the wrong folder right now. Videos, projects, Sandy Street Home. I guess we'll put this into renders, animation renders, and I actually need a new folder because none of this is in this area. 8A, and yeah, this is hilarious that everything else in 8A, I've been working with Katrina on this shot, and it's all just like somewhere else. Alright, we're gonna call it that. Alright, boom. Export it, go back into here, and we'll pull up that file and bring it on in. Alright, animation renders. Bring in the 8A. There it is. Okay, so we'll just drag that in, flop it in. This After Effects file is going to be very unorganized, and it's okay because I'm going to just throw this file away once I'm done with the animation. Not really throw it away, but like I'm not going to add more to it. Normally, I try to put all of the scenes of a video into one file. We're not doing that. We're not doing that, and it's just going to become a little bit of a mess, and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right. So this is the... I guess we'll cut it out here. And we'll cut out these two right before. So we're swapping. That looks okay. I guess the only thing I can do to improve it is take this and increase the size of its line, which I think was done using a stroke. So we'll do a 6. Yeah, okay, bro. So now this should at least match between the two. Like, as you can tell, the layering here is wacky. This is some of the wackiest, like, layering that I've done with a character. Because some of his arms are done in After Effects, some of his arms are done in Animate. There's a lot of crazy things going on here. Alright, there we go. So the arms are going to be good for the rest of the shot. And for the beginning... Okay. And now this right now, this back arm, I believe, is still... Yes, okay. We're gonna swap it out now. So we're gonna do the same thing I just did. Oh gosh, there's something in my eye. What's your favorite character from SpongeBob? Plankton. I love Plankton. Plankton's an amazing character. What is the first thing? What is the first thing? The first thing that, like, you can visibly see? Because it's hard to decide which of the, like, I guess that's top left. Top left in my fridge is most often either a ranch or Chick-fil-A sauce. That's what's most often in the top left. If we're reading this American style, where or you know, any English style, where top left is the first thing on the page, then there you go. That would be the first thing you'd see. Ranch or ranch sponge. Hey, how you doing? I am doing all right. I am doing okie dokie. It's been an actually stressful week, but I'm doing all right, and I'm doing great. My goodness, puppy fight, goodness. But no, really, it's been pretty all right. It's just been busy. Woof. Hey, Winnie, I'm gonna close that door. Don't fight, Winnie. All right, I'm gonna close that door just so if you guys don't want to hear the barking. No. Okay, well now the kitty's run away, so I can actually. Oh, what a hop! She has jumped into the chair. She is now a chair dog. Look at the chair dog doing the chair dog things. Okay, so let's finish this arm animation. We can finally shade it. We can do the shading. We can make him a real life character, right? Like that's all of this is very live action. All of this is very much top of the line live action cinematography right here. Did Winnie bite my chair? No, that's funny, is that's just like, that is scratching though. That's scratching from the cats and from Winnie. Anytime that any of these animals are in this chair, turns out the red leather, it's all fake leather. The black leather and the red leather is not from a real animal. It's like the plastic kind. But the red leather, for some reason, is more fragile. On this chair, here, I'm gonna show you guys this for a second. I'm going to show you how funny this chair is. And this is going to show you, by the way, how much I probably need a new chair. Let's see, where's the focus? All right, there's the focus. So, on this chair, hi Winnie, how you doing? On this chair, I'm going to lift this up with Winnie in it. And this might, I don't know if I can, here we go. Whoa. See this, look at the seat of the chair. All of the red leather is so ripped up. But the black leather's totally fine. All right, there you go. Safely on the ground. See? Was that a fun ride? Did you like your roller coaster? Same thing with the arms of the chair, which you can barely see right now. But yeah, so for some reason, the red leather just broke. And it started ripping, honestly, half a year ago or so. And it's still ripping, but the black leather's fine. So I think what I've learned is for my next chair, don't get a weird colored, chair. Or maybe find one that has better quality. You can't really tell with faux leather how good of a quality it is. You're just gonna find out in a couple of years after it starts dripping. That's how you find out if it was good or not. So maybe I just don't buy it from the same company, because probably the company label is printed on the chair somewhere. I don't know. I'll figure it out, but I think I am gonna be away for, yeah, the red chair roller coaster. That was very funny that she stayed on the whole time. I'm glad she did, because I didn't want her to jump off from that height. I was like, please don't jump off. Please don't jump off while I'm holding you up here. But that was quite funny. Okay, so now we can actually animate this. I'm gonna go down and do the same thing. We're gonna animate the path here. And we're just gonna kind of pace it with the same other arm. So, oh, you know what? It just snaps with that other arm. I'm going to do a really quick adjustment and make this arm do this. Very quick adjustment. But that should look better. I'm going to look at that arm again. Yeah, that is an immediate improvement. Alright, so right now what we have is he kind of flops up a little bit. So we're going to do the same thing with the other arm. So we're going to have this now flop up. Which means we're going to take the new hand that I just imported into this project. We're going to split it right here. And we're going to start moving it. Oh, it's only going to be there for one frame, so let's take it and let's move it up here. Have you ever tried using 3D models? Yes, I have. Quite a lot. Depends on what you mean. 3D models for the characters, yes. 3D models for the backgrounds, yes. I've used a lot of 3D models in our videos. We'll never jump into the Nicktoons game. I really hope we do. I've still got an old PC that I want to try to actually put the CD through. I'm really hoping we get to it. And you know what? Worst case scenario, maybe we just watch a playthrough of it or something and I react to it. It's a little not exactly, it's not what I want. I want to play the game. I want to be able to play every game that SpongeBob is in, because then that actually means I have legitimacy to my claim that I will have played every SpongeBob game. So, I don't know. Could you imagine if digital animation never existed? Whoo-wee! Digital animation, oh, that would be insane, man. If we were still to this day doing traditional. I've done a little bit of traditional animation. Some of my better work is done traditionally. If you consider a lot of how I did Patrick here, it's custom drawn poses. Okay, what am I talking about? Most of Patrick here is the computer interpolating between those custom drawn poses, but a lot of it was, no, who am I kidding? I need digital art. But in in college, I did have some class assignments that were fully, we had a traditional art project that we had to do. And we drew it on real paper. So they had light tables in the school, and you'd put the pages down on the table, and you'd flip it up back and forth to basically compare between your different frames. And so I had a project. I might be able to find it. I had a project that I did fully in traditional art, and I did it on paper. And so I had a full, like, ream of printer paper that was hole punched with a special hole punch thing, because the light table that you put it on was a 3-hole punch table, so that you could line up every page with all the other pages. So I had a bunch of 3-hole punch paper, and yeah, I did sell animation, but so they had you do that as part of the animation class. Let me see if I can find that really quick. I might have it on my computer here. It'll be on my desktop and under my reel, and then under, if it loads, old school projects. Let's see if I've got this. Let's see if I've got this. Can I show this to you guys? Okay. Animation class. Oh, I think I only have 2. No, I don't have it. I've got 2. I got 3 animation class projects. Where did that go? That's so just gone, sadly, isn't it? Ah, man. I can't believe I lost my traditional art thing. Womp womp. I did do this in college. I made a 3D animation of my... Oh, I didn't mean to drag it into After Effects. What? I did a 3D animation of my JH Films logo. Like, Pixar style. It's got a lot of jank to it, and the shading is horrible. But, like, you can see what I was going for. Pretty fun. Pretty fun. And then I also did this in an animation class where I was animating a painting. So this is a real painting that exists, and I had to like cut it apart and animate it. And so this is my effort. You know how like documentaries do this? Documentaries will like take paintings or photographs and they'll like add motion to it. So this was a really cool project. I thought this was really fun to do. So that was just a flat painting, but I had to turn it into a whole like 3D scene basically. Redo the 3D. I should potentially redo that 3D one. And then there was a stop. I keep bringing it into After Effects. Okay, wait a minute. Let me pause the music, and then I'll turn on audio output capture so you guys can hear this. This is my stop motion project.
Can't seem to keep up with all your kitchenware? Introducing the all-in-one kitchen. It makes cutting fruit easy as pie. You can mix your mixer. This tool's a quick fixer.
This is a stop motion project, but it was all in animation class.
Is there anything it can't do? Don't have anything to cook on? The all-in-one kitchen's got you covered. Oh no, did you make a mess? No worries, see? All gone. Buy today. It has everything but the kitchen sink. Parts not included.
So there you go. Animation class is pretty fun. I really like those projects. Oh gosh, I can show you guys some of the weird projects. Are we going full show and tell? Because I can show you... How many of you guys have seen our horse videos? I don't know how many of you guys are really old school J Chase Films fans, but those of you who are really old school J Chase Films fans, you might remember that there was a period of time, a good 4 years ago, where I posted college videos. Is it hard to animate in Blender? Yeah, it actually is. Modeling in Blender is really good. Animating in Blender is really rough. It depends on what you're doing, you know, but character animation I struggle with. I actually have a different program entirely that I animate with for the character animation. Oops, sorry. Yeah, I realize why that's happening. But yeah, no, so I don't know if any of you guys remember if, the commercial looks like something Damien watches in prison. That's funny. Reminds me of the fake Smell and Tell commercial. I haven't heard of that one. Alright, so we'll take the arm. I'm gonna just stretch the end of it out to where the mitten previously just was. So it kind of matches. We'll have the whole hand. The whole hand. Alright. Does that look good? Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, and now it just goes down. Oh, actually, it doesn't go down all the way, right? It goes down, but then it's gonna pop back up for a little bit because we're bouncing at the end of it. Okay, so, it goes down. Look at me just break Patrick's arm. We're gonna scale it down a little bit because his arm is going away from the camera. And then We can make it nice and floppy. I do not fear the floppy arm. Alright, and then like that. Cool. That looks good to me. That's not going fast enough. Maybe it's not going... I don't think the whole arm is going down far enough either. So we're just going to take it. And whoop. I wanted to move its anchor point. There we go. And rotate. And now I'm just going to, like, rotate it up. If we do some eases, this should look good. Let's check it out. Oh, we're done. We're done. Let's go ahead and shade it now. All right, so now we get to finally, we're a bit into this stream already, but now 40 minutes in, let's show you how I do the shading for SpongeBob in real life. There's a couple of different strategies, but we'll probably end up doing all of them today. So with this, yeah, looks good. Looks so good. I'm really happy with how this looks. I'm just watching it now. I'm enjoying it. It all comes together. So we're going to have some camera shake in this as well. And we're going to do the camera shake here in After Effects, but we're going to do that after everything else. Literally everything else is going to happen first. And then once everything is done and rendered, we'll throw it into After Effects one last time and make a nice little camera shake. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this background footage... Oh, that's just the reference. All right, because we are currently in what? We are in... What size is this? This is... Yeah, this is an awkward size. This is not HD right now. This is a little bit bigger than HD, and it's done like that intentionally so that we can zoom in later and not worry about, you know, seeing the edges of everything. So, the first thing I want to do is actually re-render Patrick, because right now Patrick is entirely one layer, which means it's going to be very hard to add shading to his eyeballs. And I want to add shading there. So we're going to re-render him in multiple different passes. The first pass we're going to do is his body. Oh, music. So, this should be his body only. This next layer is one of his eyes. Gotcha. Okay, I see what we're doing here. So, we're going to go ahead and render this body. Render this. I'm actually going to make a new folder just called 8A, and then this is what I normally do when I render out characters. I make a folder for the full scene, and then I make folders for every body part. So we're going to need the body. We're going to... No, don't go into it just yet. We're going to need... I'm going to say I1, I2, and I3. I2. New... new folder. I3. I'm also going to do I'm thinking of doing a cheek mask, but I don't think I'm also going to. No, I think we're going to probably have the body include the mouth. And then we don't need shadows for the eyebrows, because I think that's a bit too far. But you know what? We're going to add eyebrows as a separate layer anyways. And there you go. That should be all the layers we need. So this is the first one. We're just going to call it... Oh gosh, okay. SpongeBob 8A... And I don't even know if it's actually the 13th episode or not at this point. But, like, I have so many unfinished episodes that it's 13 in my files. I think it's also technically... It's 11, isn't it? Things get really confusing over here in JJ's Films land. Alright, so then we're going to call this body. And we'll let that render. It'll render. Looks more like a bowling pin? Yeah. He's a finger. Production order, exactly. It is the production order. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to do another render because I want it to include the mouth in this. So let's include the mouth. Oh, look how horrible that looks. You know what? Should I put that together? I won't. I'm going to now render the mouth separately. Oh, look at that. That fill is not going to look good. So, let's fix that really quick. I'm going to go into the mouth and just stretch this out to the edges. Okay, make sure there's no, like, glitch like that. You wouldn't notice this until I tried to put shading on, right? Here's the thing about SpongeBob in real life. We have to make things perfect. Like, that is not noticeable in a flat cartoon, and it will be noticeable if it's not flat. Alright, so we're going to make a new one called Mouth. And I'm going to copy the name structure here. Mouth. Awesome. Oh, wait. It said 7 on it. Hold up. It said 7, and I don't want it to say 7. It still says body, so let's make it say mouth. Alright. Render. Yellow Vendor more like Yellow Stink Venger? Oof. All images. Yes, we render as an image sequence instead of like a video file, primarily because we have more control that way, and it stores better on the computer, and every image stays high quality. Because PNG is a very good file format, and yeah, so we render in image sequences. Up until we finally have the final render. The final render for a shot is done as a video file. But up until that point, it's a lot of pictures. You could, there's an alternate method where you export with a QuickTime video file, because QuickTime video files can have transparency in it. It's one of the very few video files that can have transparency. But I rarely use that because QuickTime kind of sometimes will be very glitchy with how the transparency applies, or the quality will kind of get dropped down a little bit. Or the real reason why I actually don't do it is because QuickTime is a really big file size, and using PNG sequences have been smaller overall. Even if it's a lot of like files, it's just less overall. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and copy this new name structure, save that. All right, cool. So yeah, we just have like a lot of picture sequences, but it looks confusing when you're looking at a folder of pictures. When I bring it to After Effects, it all is brought in as if it's one layer. It gets brought in as if it's one video file. The computer is very smart with that. Or not even the computer, the program is smart with that. Thank you, Adobe, for making a program that at least sometimes works. I have some issues with After Effects, but I also have some absolute fantastic loves and appreciations for After Effects as well. Do the crossover video with SpongeBob Amazing World of Gumball would be great. You only use QuickTime to screen record a small video and don't use the noise in the video too? Yes. You can screen record with QuickTime? I did not know that. OBS is my screen record tool. I stream with it and I screen record with it. It is my everything. Sometimes if I can't download a video or download music, you can just screen record it on YouTube. Shh, I didn't say that. It's all for private use, right? It actually is. That's not a joke. I'm not selling these things. That would be horrible. That would actually be very, very illegal. Did you know that Fall Guys is a dead game? No. I don't follow the game, really. But it is, I mean, it's still a successful game. I don't know what you mean by dead. When did you do in that progress? Which progress? I don't know which progress you're talking about. Alright, and so now, I think I've just rendered all the layers. We do have, within 8A, yes, we have the body, the 3 eye layers, and the eyebrows. So, let's bring them all in. I'm just going to drag them in, and it's going to automatically turn into PNG sequences. So we're going to double check that they are running at 24 frames per second, and they are. So they are now being able to be dropped in as just only 6 layers. I'm going to reorganize them so that they're the right organization here. Eyebrows on top. Alright, awesome. And now, why is it slightly off kilter? Don't think it'll matter, but just in case it does, I'm going to just drag this couple frames pixels over. Alright, so now we have this. It looks the exact same. No difference. But this gives us more control. So now I can actually add shadows on the eyes, and only the eyes if I want to. We're going to go layer by layer. I think the first thing I want to focus on is the fact that we don't necessarily need... I want to figure out how I want to do the shadows on the eyelids. You tried animation on paper and you actually liked it. It felt amazing, but longer. Other than that, I love it. Dude, animation on paper is wild. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is the simplest, and that's going to be adding shadows and highlights to the eyeballs themselves. So, we're going to take eye number 2, because it's always on screen, right? No, it's not. It is. Eye number 2 is always on screen. So I'm going to duplicate the layer, just for visibility's sake. I'm going to make this layer be lavender. No, we're not. We're going to make it be fuchsia. Fuchsia is a very visible color. And this is going to be our mask. We're going to duplicate this one more time, and we're going to make it brown. This will be our shadow first. So, brightness and contrast. We'll take the eye, and I need a darker version of it. So I'm just going to go in, mess with it until it's darker, nothing is happening because the mask is over top of it. So there we go. That's our darkened version. We now have Sans Undertale. Alright, so just darken it down. Find a good shadow color. It's literally just that. Let me find a good shadow color. That looks like a good shadow color. And now we're going to take the masked eye. I'm going to fill it with like red, just to kind of represent that this is not a color layer. It's a mask. And we're going to offset it. So this offset is going to define how the color is put onto the eye here, or how the shadow is applied to the eye. And I think what I want to do is this, because I want to have kind of the light streaming in from both sides of his head. So we're going to use that top layer as a mask for the bottom layer. We're going to invert it, and then boom! We now have a shadow. Looks bad until we do this. Fast box blur. We blur the shadow. And then look at that. A nice smooth shadow around the back edge of the eye. It's that simple. And now it works for the whole shot. There's a shadow there. Now it doesn't look that great, and that's because I'm going to do a couple more adjustments. I think the shadow is too strong. So I'm going to add an inner outer key. And we're going to kind of like thin out the edge, but we're going to do it before we do the box blur. Do I want to thin the edge? No, I want to do the opposite of thinning. I want to grow it out. So do 30. Do 15. Do 20. Do negative 15. There we go. That looks good to me. That is a nice subtle shadow on the eye. Gives a little bit of shape to it. Oh yeah, no, it can be very smooth. How can you draw with a mouse? I'm horrible at drawing on PC. I don't draw with a mouse. I draw... did somebody say they drew with a mouse? Because if you're talking to me, I can say that I use this little drawing pen. And I use the pen on a drawing tablet. Now, if you can't... no, drawing tablets are very expensive, so the cheaper version of that is you can buy these pens, and then they come with their own special mouse pads, and that way you can just draw on the mouse pad with realistic hand motions, and you have to just kind of look up at the screen. It's a weird way of working. I don't like working that way, because you don't have that connection of the tip of the pen matching the part of the screen that you're drawing on. But some people work that way. Some professionals, even in some YouTubers who do, professional YouTube animation, they draw on their table, and it shows up on their screen. It's a weird way to work, but it is possible. MicroWorks, I've never heard of it. And you can animate with, animate on an iPad is good, because then you can actually touch the screen and you can see the differences. Now, adding a highlight to this isn't going to do much, just because we'll be able to highlight the edge of the black outline. The thing with cartoon characters is they have perfectly white eyes. So adding a white highlight does nothing to the white eyes. But we're going to go ahead and duplicate the effect that we just did to the other layers. And just for my own visibility here, we're going to make these brown and fuchsia. And then we're going to duplicate this twice. Make it brown. Make it fuchsia. Alright. For the brown layer, I'm just going to copy that darkness effect to both. And for the fuchsia layer, we're going to copy those effects as well. Boop, boop. And then on the brown layers, we need to reparent them to make sure that the masking happens correctly. Make sure it's inverted. And the last thing we have to do is make sure that the pink layer, we're going to copy its transform if we can. I probably have to like make a keyframe. So we're going to make a keyframe on this, copy it, and then paste, and then paste. And so now all of the eyes match. Very subtle shading on the eyes. They all match. They all look good. Great. I'm happy with that. So, for the rest of this, there's two things. I want to have a highlight on the top of his cheeks. So we're going to have a highlight at the top of his cheeks eventually. But before that, let's go into a shadow for his whole body. There is one issue with the whole body, and that's that this arm intersects. This is the hardest problem to solve in SpongeBob in Real Life, is Patrick's arm being perfectly smooth to his body. You have no idea how much issue that causes us, but you're about to find out. So actually, I think the solution to that is going to be having his arm maybe be fully connected. I gotta figure out what I want to do with this. Because the arm is a different layer. There's a couple of ways I can go about it, and I don't know which way I want to do it just yet. The shadows are going to be on the bottom middle side here. I might have to do it hand masked, and I just might have to. Yeah, so this is the problem solving. You have to like look at each shot and figure out what you want to do for each. Let me just try something really quick. I'm going to duplicate the body. Basically to do the same effect, where I darken it. And we're going to use itself as its own mask. So let's find a good shadow color. That looks good to me. I'm going to take this down, put it up, and there you go. Oh wait, no, I don't want to invert this one. Very cheap shadow. Obviously the mouth is over top right now, so it's not going to work. I'll have to blend those together. But I'm just looking to see if this actually looks good. And I don't think I like it. So instead we might end up doing... what do I want to do? We might end up doing a less exaggerated shadow, or a very subtle shadow. The shadow for Patrick's eye is kind of like Patrick's tired or a little black eye. It looks like that right now just because there's no other shadowing on it. I might do the inverted and just have the body shadow match the eye shadow. And if I do it that way, then we should just do it on the whole body. Okay, so we're going to combine the arm, I think. Yeah, we're going to combine the arm. So we're going to take this front arm. I'm going to duplicate it, make this... Oh, how much of the arm is there? Oh, gosh. So the arm is there up until this point, in which it's this arm now. It's this arm, and it's this top bit. No, not that top bit. This top bit? Not that top bit. That top bit. What's this? What is this? Is this an empty layer? Okay, no, it shows up later as his thumb. Okay. Wow, this is going to get complex. This is going to get very complex very fast. So I'm going to merge all of his top arm together. Is it supposed to look that way? Did I mess up a layering? No, I don't think I did. I think it just meshes together and then combines. There we go. There we go. Okay. Oh, gosh. So that's thumb. Thumb is going to be the bottom layer. Here's the top of the arm. This is... Where's this? That's that bottom one. Okay. And this is back arm. There are 5 layers to represent one arm here, which is understandable. Thumb. Does the thumb have to be in front of that back arm? Is it okay if we have this be up top? Looks like it's okay. So I should be able to merge all these arms with nothing bad happening, right? Nothing will break if I do this. Nothing's gonna break? Yeah, nothing will break. Okay. So we can merge all of this together. We'll pre-compose it. Now the arm is 1 layer. That's way better. It's 1 layer plus the thumb. And it's okay for the thumb to be different because I want to do the shading on the thumb differently. So now that it's 1 layer, I'm gonna duplicate it, make one orange just so I remember that it's there. Take the other one and we're gonna merge it with, oh shoot, it's gonna be on top of the body. Do I want to preemptively merge the eyes into all of this? We're gonna merge the eyes together. What is this? Oh, I'm gonna skip that. Can you draw Season 1 SpongeBob? Dude, that'd be a nice challenge. I've never tried drawing the Season 1 style. To the content wheel, you've already done, maybe? Medieval Knight? We can try. Codename Kids Next Door style? Maybe, yeah. To the music. Did Michael Jackson... Wait. Oh, yeah, we did do a Michael Jackson SpongeBob in the Draw Whatever You Want To. I forgot about that. I don't know. I guess we do. I do want to prevent the double ups like that, so I can look back and maybe change that. The eyes, I'm now going to condense into 1 layer, because we're done shading them. So, boop, they are shaded. Ah, but except for the eyebrows. We're going to keep that as its own separate layer for a reason you'll find out soon enough. Pre-compose. Okay, that's good. Now the body. Alright, so the body is here. The eyes are here. We should start renaming layers. Shading is just a bunch of really weird layer-like organization. Eyes. Eyebrows. This is thumb. No, it's not. This is the back arm here. Oh, what is that? It's an invisible layer, so it doesn't matter, right? We can delete it because it doesn't matter. All right, we're deleting it. Also, this is also invisible, so we're deleting it. Great. I love cleaning things up. Don't even have to worry about it. All right, so that's the back arm. It's the back arm only when it shows up in front of his body. This is finally... My dad is calling me. I'm going to be right back because it's my dad's birthday, so I want to wish him a happy birthday. So I'm going to be right back, and I will see you guys in a second. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. So, I didn't just remember it was my dad's birthday. I called him about 4 hours ago, but he didn't answer the phone, so I left him a text message. But text message is boring. I'm like, I don't want to just say happy birthday as a text message. So in the text, I said, happy birthday, I love you, you're the best dad. And then at the end of the message, I'm like, whenever you're available, call me later so I can talk to you in person and just say happy birthday in person. So he just called me back. He finally got available today. So I got to say happy birthday to him in person. Although I will, this is the one funny thing, and I don't often go around and, you know, bring up the funny things like this, but at the end of the call, there was the funny thing that you do in any phone call where you forget how you're saying goodbye on the phone. I said happy birthday to him, and he's like, yeah, happy birthday, I mean bye. Yes! Yes, social awkwardness! Yes! You love to see it! You love to see it. I do that all the time. I do that way too often with, like, you know, employees at restaurants and stuff. I'm like, enjoy your food. I'm like, you too. What have I said? It's the wrong word. Can we make a stream schedule for the upcoming week? Dude, I don't even know what game we're going to be playing. Thank you all for the happy birthday wishes to my dad, though. So, yeah. Glad I got to have the proper call with him today. I'm going to hang out with him someday this week, but I don't know yet what day it's going to be. He's looking at the schedule right now. We're going to find out. All right, so this is, if I can turn it off and on, no layer. What is this? What layer is this? This is the near arm? Why does it not disappear when I turn it off? Oh, because I have two of them. Okay, so this is going to be, let's rename this. This is the near arm used for body. And this is going to be, near arm overlap shadow. I need 2 copies of it because I need the shadow to be separate here. We're gonna name this far thumb. And we're gonna name this, I need to stop double clicking like that, far mitten. And then this layer, oh gosh, these like tiny little layers. Can we just combine these all together? What is this? That's the hand. And that's the hand when it's like far back. Yeah, by that point, it should be wrapping around. But by that point, it should be behind. So, where is the far arm? Far arm is really far back. So we're going to take this, put it near the back arm. That's the back arm. This is the back arm. This is also the back arm. And this is questionably also the back arm. It's turned off, so it's not the back arm. Okay. Okay, cool. We can merge these together. Really taking this giant After Effects file and turning it into as few common denominators as possible so we can actually work with it and make it easier for it to work with. Back arm start. Okay. We have the body, the eyes, the eyebrows, the back arm. We're gonna rename this as back arm end. And then what's this? Thumb? Near arm thumb? Yes. Rename near arm thumb. Okay. Wow, that took a long time just to organize the files. And what is this? I didn't even get this done. Okay, so that's the mitten grabbing down on the far arm. I want to keep those separate, so we're going to keep all of this separate for now. I'll have to do some hand-done shadows for that. Why is this on the top layer? Far mitten should be, like, underneath. Let's take this down and put it underneath back arm start. Or put it on top of the back arm start. Alright, so it's behind the body. Oh, is that why? That's why. Because it stays over the entire shot. I don't think that'll be an issue. I think we'll be okay keeping it there. Okay. Are we good? Have I done it? Near arm is going to be good to be there. All right, good. So what we have now is we can actually separate this within the scene for what's foreground, background, and all that other jazz. Have you ever got copyright claimed by YouTube? I've never gotten copyright claimed, but I've gotten a bunch of... Wait, no. Copyright claimed, yes. Copyright strike, no. I've never got a copyright strike. But I've gotten plenty of copyright claims, especially in the live stream channel. I play so much music. I've gotten plenty of copyright claims. I've gotten copyright claims on JChase Films a lot as well, because I use a lot of licensed music that I paid for. And those companies look out, and if they find the song in the video, they're like, oh, you're using our song. And then I have to, like, send them my contract. I'm like, hey, I paid for the song. And they're like, okay, we'll release the copyright claim. So I get copyright claims on every single video I release. But it's taken off of the video within 2 days. I just send the message in, and they're like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you own this. No problem. So yeah, that's a very common thing here. So the body... Where's the mouth? Did I accidentally... I did. I accidentally combined the mouth with the eyes. Get the mouth out of there. Get the mouth out of there! Alright. Duplicate. Combine it over there. We're going to take the arm used for the body and combine it as well. And we're going to make this all one layer called body. Recompose. Awesome. So now we have this layer. This layer is going to be our actual shadow layer. Woo! We get to work forwards. So the shadow is like that. We're going to brightness and contrast. Bring this forward. Darken this layer. And do our fancy little mask again. Now for this, I'm going to try... We're going to try this one first, and it might not work. And it's okay. It's okay. I'll be fine. I'll be fine if it doesn't work. But I just want to try it. This is your, like, very boring standard, I'm going to take the other mouth. Where's the other mouth right now? The other mouth is currently here. We're going to put it on top of the eyes, and we're going to use it as a mask for the eyes. There we go. Alright, so the shading looks better. Ignore the shading that's under the table. We won't actually end up seeing that, so... Alright, so we'll press play, see if this looks good. It doesn't. It does not. We might get to the point where, because of how custom this whole shot is... Ooh, that's dramatic. That's very dramatic. Maybe we do a super dramatic shot. Let me change the shadows on the eyes. Maybe we go very dramatic with this. Okay. We're just gonna flip-flop all of these. And then let's grab all the pink layers and change their lighting. How's that look? I don't like the eyeshadows right now. That's really dramatic. Bye, have a good one. If I had a chance, would I work on an actual SpongeBob? Yeah, if I got the chance to work on an actual SpongeBob episode, it'd be amazing. Okay, ooh, there we go. Let's try this. So we're gonna put the shadows on the bottom right side. We'll do the same with the body. And it might not look good. We're gonna find out. Because I like how the shadow looks right now. Oh, it's good. We'll just feather it a lot more. Because he's a nice round boy. And then I need to take the shadows in the eyes and make them not as dark. Because they're very dark right now. So we'll take it up to like -70. That's way better. Alright. Paste that on all brown. Boom. So there you go. More subtlety. More subtlety is good. Another thing I'm going to do is press play and see how it actually looks in live motion. So this is why we're going to need the overlap arm, because the arm doesn't look good once it overlaps the body. We need to have different shading for when it goes there. But I need the shoulder to look good, and the shoulder does look good right now. The eyes are still not great. We're gonna have to push this further. We're gonna have to push it further. This is a hard shot to shade, because I've got lights behind him, and technically I want to have lights in front of him as well. So we'll go in, we'll go to the eyes again. I'm going to invert this once more. And just have them be on the bottom edge. Bring it up higher. Way too smooth? What do you mean way too smooth? I'm not being sold on the eyes at all. Here's what I might need to do, is I might need to... I'm gonna duplicate the eyes. I'm gonna have them be parented to the new mask that I just made for the shadow of that. I'll turn this back on. Oh, that's why. That's okay for now. Actually, here, reset. Okay, right now the eyes are currently. Let's make them have no matte. Let's have the mouth be a layer that we reference. All right, there's gonna be a weird overlap for a bit, and we're just gonna have to ignore it. So the eyes are here. Let's duplicate them. Let's take the weird mask layer that I just made. Have that make a brightness effect. We're going to actually do basically the same thing where I drop it down. No, on the eyes. Brightness and contrast. Is that doing what I want it to do? There we go. There we go. Now we have Patrick's body shadow actually overlapping the rest of his... overlapping the eyes as well. It's currently... So we have the brightness going down, but I want to bring the contrast down as well. And brightness up a bit. Alright. Alright. Is that better than what it was before? Only by a little bit. But it is a little bit better. Also, why is there... Oh, I know why that's happening. So I need to take the layer that's being parented to and ensure that the fast box blur has repeat edge pixels turned off. It's number 12 as well. Alright. The animation is so smooth. I see what you mean. What's up, Nathan? How you doing? I don't think I like what I've done with the eyes. Man, it's tough to decide what I want to do with that, because his shadow, he does shadow his own face. His face gets covered in shadow. So maybe we just increase the contrast. Alright, and now my other solution is to add some edge lights, because right now we have lights behind him that I do want to actually have illuminating him, and that's not currently happening. So we're just going to duplicate the eyes once more, bring it to the top, brighten it up a lot. Brighten it up. Awesome. Oh, his wrinkles! His wrinkles are in his eyes! That's bad. It actually might not be too bad. We're gonna see. When I blur this out, it might just look like the wrinkles are getting hit by some sort of weird... No, that looks pretty bad, doesn't it? Ah, but this will fix it. Inner outer key. Alright, we'll put inner outer key on it. We're gonna grow out the bounds. This won't fix it, I realize. He said too quickly. This won't fix it at all. So what we're gonna do is go back into Animate and remove the wrinkle from there and instead add it to the body. That being said though, I'm starting to like how this shading looks. That looks really pretty. That's looking really cool. We're gonna have to do that edge light to the actual body itself as well. But once we do, that's gonna look really good. And then once all that shading is done, we can finally put the mouth back over top of the eyes. So we're gonna go back into here. We need to go into, which eye is that? We only need to fix one of the two eyes. It's not that one. So it's probably eye 1. Alright, it's eye number 1. And eye number 1 is probably the top eye. So we're going to go into the eye, find that wrinkle. Where's that wrinkle? Okay. Is it here? What am I clicking? What am I clicking? An invisible layer? I'm just trying to find the layer. Okay, there it is. We're going to make this a guide layer. So it won't show up in the render. This is the only thing visible right now, with the exception of I2. We're going to render this again, and we're going to re-render it over top of the old one. So this is just going to overwrite the eyeball that's in After Effects. So I don't have to change anything in After Effects. It's just gonna work. Once I do this, it's just gonna work. So, boom, that'll work. Now we do the opposite. The literal opposite of that is we're going to add the wrinkle back in for the body. So we're going to make that a regular layer, make everything else a guide. That will make the only thing visible in the eye the wrinkle. And now it's just a floating wrinkle until I add the body back in. And I think it was rendered like that. So we'll render this, go back out, body, and replace everything here. Save. Alright, that should fix our problem. Now the wrinkle is actually on Patrick's body, layer-wise. And so, we'll just go back into After Effects and reload those two clips. Let's find them here. If we can take eye number 1 and reload the footage, then boom, that removes the wrinkle from there. Go to the body, reload the footage for this, and boom, that adds it back in on the body. We fixed it! That was not too difficult to do. It was not too difficult to do. Can you add SpongeBob as square? Can we talk about the SpongeBob wheel when we get to the SpongeBob wheel? Because I'm not currently adding anything to the SpongeBob wheel at the moment. Nicktoons Unite on Game Boy Advance new stream? Yes, have we missed that? I absolutely want to play Nicktoons Unite on Game Boy Advance. That sounds awesome. I can't believe we've missed it. I think what we're doing right now is, not what I think, what we are doing right now is going through all the games in chronological order now, so we will get to it, but at the pace of history. The Wheel of SquarePants. Okay, so, that's the good highlight on that side. I think we're good with that now. Let me press play really quick and see what this looks like. Okay. Great. We're going to add the highlights to this body now, which is this right here. So we're going to duplicate it, bring it up, get that highlight as it is here, paste it down. As you can see, this just becomes a giant like mess of layers, and it becomes very confusing to look at. We're going to make this normal, which is why I tend to, when I work on these kind of shots, do them very fast, so I don't get confused. Because if I work too long on a single shot, I get confused on what everything that I made was, because sometimes I don't, like, label them very well. It's a bad habit. But these shots get so complex. It gets really quickly just convoluted in a horrible mess. So I do my best to try to like just focus on what I'm doing and get it complete. Because right now we have this layer is the shadow, this layer is the highlight, and that's our mask. Alright. And we're going to go with a -30 on that, just so it's just the barely edge of his body. There we go. Okay, so now we have a nice edgelet hitting the side of his head. I might even do -20 so we can get a better definition on that. And then it's really way too bright, so we're going to drop the brightness down. Oh, but we have to drop the brightness down on the other layer. There we go. That is starting to look like SpongeBob in real life. That's looking pretty. Now, it's not going to look pretty once his arm overlaps his arm. Once his arm overlaps, we're going to have to do a secondary light shadow for that. But up until that point, it'll look good. As you can see, here it looks really muddy and weird. So we're going to fix that with a secondary layer. But for the main body, it looks good. As you can see, the arm is also still not overlapping. That's why we saved this one. This flat layer we saved earlier because I wanted to be able to work with it again. Alright, so are we done with the body outside of that? Are we done with the eyes? We're definitely done with the eyes. So we're going to merge all this together now by taking the eyes, merging them into one precomposition, taking the mouth and using that as a mask. That should fix that. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, that's good for me. We could add a shadow for the eyebrows now that I'm actually looking at it, and the fastest way to do that is just going to be to duplicate the body shadow, parent it to the eyebrows, make the eyebrows go down a bit, and then boom, we've got an eyebrow shadow. I'm gonna add a fast blur to the eyebrows, make it like 7, maybe less, maybe like 4. And then let's see if that looks good. We're just gonna press play. It's a bit too strong, isn't it? Then the other thing I can do to make that less strong is to go to that layer and make it just half transparency. I believe it's this one. So take the transparency and put it to 50. There we go. Do we like the shadows on the eyebrows? I never really do that. I'm gonna turn it off and see if I like it better without it. I rarely give Patrick's eyebrows shadow. But it does look better, so we're gonna keep it. In fact, while we're on it, let's make Patrick's eyebrows detailed. So I can just duplicate this. I'm gonna just fill, like we're gonna cheat the lighting. Instead of actually brightening up the color black, we're just gonna fill it with white, which is the way more efficient way to do it. We're gonna take the other eyebrows, put them on top, drag it down a bit, and then do the weird little parent thing. The reason why I do the weird little parent thing is because it automatically does the effect that we want it to do, basically. Now we can fast blur this, put it to like 2 pixels, and now change that white color to like a gray. We'll just find whatever looks like a good highlight color for his eyebrows. That actually looks pretty fine. It's subtle, and we're gonna keep it there. We're gonna keep it subtle. I like how the shading makes the eyes look more real life-like, but still in a cartoon form. Yeah, that's what I love about the entire style of this cartoon that we do. It just gets to be so... Now, one thing I might want to do is add shadowing like right on the eyelid, because the shadows of the eyes should be casting shadow on the body. That's one thing we don't have right now. I want to see if I can do that in a simple way, because right now I'm not sure if I have a very simple way to do it. I might by making a new render in Animate. So the next thing we have to do is I think it'll be quick to do the shadowing of the back arm. So I might do that next. We'll do that next. Also, noticing that the shadowing here is weird when you get the intersection between the arm and the other part of his body. And it's noticeable there, but I think what we'll do to fix it is just make the arm not visible on that far side. So that's going to be near arm overlap shadow. Okay, I need far arm. Which far arm has been... The far arm should still be here. Far mitten, far thumb. Alright, where is this layer? We'll just turn off layers until it shows up. It's that one. Okay. Because I named it back. Rename this to far arm end. Can't use different names for the different things. Oh, and it's just this is easy to fix. I'm just going to literally remove it. So we don't have to worry about that part of the arm connecting. Okay. And then mask path, bring it over here, re-add it in. So now it's just not going to be there for the whole second half of the animation, which means it's going to be there for a little bit, and it'll be a subtle pop, but I'm going to be okay with that. Alright. And so basically shading is going to keep going like this, but here's what I'll do to fix the arm nearby here. To fix the arm nearby, I'm going to do two things. First off, I'm going to duplicate the layer, and now we have like a flat version. So let's go ahead and make a shaded version. Duplicate for the shadow, and find our initial shadow color. I think it's this. And that's correct. So now we have the correct shadow color. I'm gonna make this brown just to make it clearer to see. Duplicate, make this fuchsia. Let's go ahead and define the shadow for this arm. So this arm's gonna be shadowed like this. I'm gonna choose to actually take the highlight instead. Because it's a little subtle thing in this program, is it's better to actually put the highlight masked over top of a shadow, rather than a shadow masked over a highlight. It's really subtle, but like you notice the edge of the layer, and the only way I could show that to you is show you this version versus duplicating it and show you the opposite version. So if I just drag this over top and do the opposite layout, where this is nothing. Okay. So this is the two different versions of doing it. The first version is this, wherein I have the shadow layered on top of the highlight. And as you can see down here, there's these weird little bright pixels showing up. That's because right underneath the shadow layer is a fully bright layer, and those bright pixels are barely showing up. Now if we do it the inverted way, where the first layer is shadow, and then... Oh, am I doing this the right way? Yeah. So the first layer is shadow. So we have a fully shadowed arm, and then if you add the highlight on top of that, you no longer get those little bright pixels. Like, it's the difference between that and that. This is ugly. This is nice. So that's just a tiny thing that I've discovered in working on SpongeBob in real life, is that tiny little layer change makes things prettier. So there you go. We have the shadow. We're going to go ahead and add in a highlight as well. And I'll just duplicate this, bring it up. Let's see if we can find that highlight color. It would be this. It's funny that I darkened it to then use the add mode, but I guess that's just how it's going to work for Patrick's skin tone. So do that, put it into add mode, and now take this, turn it off of add mode, drag it down. As you can see, this saves me a lot of work, because the layers themselves, the animation that I've already done, define the shape of the shadow and the highlight. I'm not having to hand mask the shadow and highlight, which sometimes I still do, but this is the way to do it where the work just does itself. Inner outer key. We're just gonna stretch this a bit to a -10. That way we don't have highlights coming in on the bottom of his arm. Alright, so now the arm itself is well shaded, but there's still a weird separation here. So we're going to take the entire arm, merge it all together, recompose, and now we have this layer right here. This layer right here is going to be our big change. So here's our original, here's our new shading, and I want to mesh the two together. And what I'm going to do is basically use this layer as a mask. So I like this portion to be kept. And I kind of want to have it feather like this. By using this as a mask, it looks like this. And so now we can just control the top of this mask here to kind of figure out what we want it to look like. Maybe I keep the edge of his arm like that. Maybe I feather it much more, and then bring the mask up. And now we're able to combine the two entirely different lighting setups to make it look like he's three-dimensional and that his arm is reaching past his own shadow. And that's like how we will combine different layers. And the trick is just to be careful, because if you bring this mask too close, you start to see the border again. So my trick in making this is always to make sure that border is invisible. And sometimes all I have to do is bring the feathering down. Now this is something I will have to hand animate, because as his arm goes away from his body, it's not going to look good, especially when it overlaps the eyes here. We'll fix that as well. I think the fix to that is to add the arm as a mask for the eyes. So we can do that. Let's see, where are the eyes right now? Are the eyes blended into the... They're not blended in just yet. So the eyes are still separated as pre-comp 2, because I didn't name anything. Because I'm horrible at naming things. Is this it? Pre-comp 5? Pre-comp 5. Okay, there we go. So pre-comp 5 is being parented to the shadow of 12, which is the mouth. So that's our mouth thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and pre-compose this, because I don't believe 12 is used by anything else, so we should be good to do that. Now we can take our mask arm, duplicate it. See, this is it. Like, it's just so much layer organization. We're going to take the mask off of the arm, and then parent it to this, and invert the parent, and then now the eyes are fixed. See all the things I have to do? All right, eyes are fixed. Back to masking the shadow. I'm just gonna press play and see what I want to do to fix. Like, for example, right now, actually the arm looks good. Okay, let's press play. Let's press play and see what I need to fix. Obviously, there's some thumb stuff I have to fix. But overall, I can see the mask is impacting the edge of his shoulder there, so I don't want that to happen at all. So it starts normal, and then here's where I'd like to start having the shadow be impacted. In fact, I really need to have another highlight, because I feel like right now my shadowing doesn't look quite so good. There we go. So just increase the shadow on the bottom of it. Okay. So very carefully providing that shadow back. Okay. Provide the top of it again. There we go. Now we're starting to see the edge of the arm, so once it gets to full extension, I'm just going to pull this whole thing back so that you can't see that border. Bring this over. Maybe bring it up a little bit while his body should be like shadowing his hand. And we're just subtly letting this mask be here. Cool. That should probably look good with the exception of the thumb. I thought I saw a pop happen, but I think we're good. There is one element to this that I don't like, and that's how the shadow is kind of overlapping on the bottom. The only thing I can really do is increase the highlight. You know, come to think of it, where is the direction of the light shining on Patrick? Is the light shining on the top of Patrick or just the side of Patrick? The thing I'm kind of creating is there's a main key light hitting this side of his face, and then there's an edge light hitting like the back sides of his head. That's kind of what I'm trying to recreate here. Which does mean that this shadow may not make as much sense as I thought it would have. So let's go into that arm and maybe fix that shadow. Let's see, arm shadow. That's the highlight, sorry, that's the highlight. So let's go to arm shadow, and maybe do this. And then turn the highlight back on. Let's see if that looks any better. That might be a little bit better. Now, one thing I'm going to do just to improve this effect is this warping I do not like at all. So I just want to override the shading with our new shading. And I'm going to make the feather go down a lot towards the end here. So it's going to be feathered up high here. And then the feather's going to go down to a very, like, shallow angle here. Okay. How's that? That did a lot to prevent the shadowing doing that. Let's just bring it in here. We're gonna have it fully be, well, maybe not the bottom of it. Or maybe we do have the bottom, but I just need to change what the mask looks like underneath. So this might look better. Okay, yeah. So there's this weird glow going onto his arm, so we'll fix that inside of here by increasing the inner outer to -20. And then also doing the same thing, because I don't think we actually added an inner outer to the shadow layer. So we're going to also make a -10 to the shadow. No, we'll do -20. And then drag it down a little bit. That might be it. That might be all that we were missing for that realism. Realism. And now it's too shadowed. Now it's too shadowed. So we'll go back in, and maybe just literally drag it down a lot. Woo! Okay. Now I think we're finding something. Yeah. I maybe have chosen... Is Patrick screaming right now, or is it just a muted scream? It's a muted scream. I mean, it's gonna be like the sound of rockets going on right now. We might end up getting a little bit of voice acting in there hidden underneath all the rockets. This might be something that I have to come back to, because I'm like starting to get confused on how I want to represent the lighting. Because something isn't working here. It's getting... Would you rather work on a real SpongeBob episode with the worst episode yet, or work on a SpongeBob in real life video and it's the best SpongeBob? I would rather work on a new SpongeBob real life video and have it be the best SpongeBob real life video yet. That's what I'd rather have. Yeah, so this is the thing, is like sometimes the easiest lighting is not this. This is probably one of the most complex scenes to put Patrick in, because the lighting is kind of bouncing around the room. And like, look at this 3D models. This 3D modeling, like, this is getting lighting from everywhere. So... I'm pretty happy with how it looks like on his face. If I were to say anything, I like how it looks on his face. And it might even, like, not be noticeable once we add all the camera shake and whatnot. I already answered your question! He is screaming. It's just you're not gonna really hear it. You can't hear him right now. There's no audio right now as I'm working. Okay. I think we're gonna move to... I actually do think I like the near arm now. Anyways, that's how I do shadows. Not much more I can say, besides the fact that this is all very hard work. And figuring out the art of, like, where things go and where shadows go, where highlights go, is rough, man. The only other thing I could do is, like, oh, I would duplicate what I just did for the thumb. So that the thumb is going to look the exact same as this hand. This hand, I actually do very similar details to. Something that's about to be complex for me is the back arm. The back arm is going to be easy up until it overlaps, in which case when it overlaps... In fact, let me do something really quick to maybe make that easier for me. Far arm end. We're going to copy that out. And we're going to put this inside the body. Let's see if this just looks good. Eh? What don't I like about it? Actually, it's kind of good. That's an easy solution for that. And now the back arm can be done separately. And it just clicks over here. What if I just have the back arm be a part of it as well? Have everything just be built in. Oh, that's not bad either. I could add a little bit more shadow to it. I think what I don't like is the fact that the shadow is being prevented from being on his actual arm. Do you ever get frustrated or lazy when doing animation? Yes. After doing it for over 10 years, there are certain elements of animation that get more tiring than other elements. Some of the stuff is really, really fun. Some of the stuff, yeah, you just have to do it because it's part of their job description, and I don't have, like, the opportunity to have, like, a team of 10 people so that I can give that job to, like, somebody else. I have to do the things. It's me and Katrina together working on all this. So there are definitely parts of the job that get, like, overwhelming. Okay. Yeah, and then outside of that, we have the front hand here, which we can basically just copy the shading we just did for the other arm. And then once that's done, we do the render. And so I can just show you what the render is going to look like. For the render, we need to have multiple passes. We need the foreground, and we need the background. And in fact, let's just do it now. Let's just do it now. I can add this shadow in later, or... Yeah, because this shadow is... Now it will be visible down there, won't it? It's actually one of the few hand shadows that will be visible. Let's just... Mitten. Boop. Okay. I'm gonna have to finish this later. I am going to maybe do this as a bonus stream this upcoming week. Maybe, depending on what day I have available, I might have a quick bonus stream where I'm like, hey guys, I'm gonna do the 3D model for this and just show you guys some quick, like, how I do the final render of this. Because, I am unfortunately running out of energy. And also, Katrina's gonna be home very soon-ish, and then that's when we actually gonna head out and have our big day today and go on a hike and all that stuff. So, I need to do the SpongeBob art before my time runs out. So without further ado, let's jump over to SpongeBob art. What day next week? I don't know when. It's gonna be whatever day I have available, and it'll probably be at, like, my 5 o'clock. So, whatever your time zone is, 3 hours from now, maybe on Tuesday, maybe on Thursday. It's probably gonna be Tuesday or Thursday. I'll have a stream where I finish up this shot and actually have it finished. And I'll do the camera shake and all that stuff, and you'll be there for the whole ride. You guys have seen this whole shot be put together, in all of its intensity. I probably could have cheated some corners on this shot. I think I went too big on this shot. This is probably also why this video takes so long, is because there's a lot of elements of this video that I've put too much effort, questionably, into. Because I want it to look really good. And yeah, there's some weaknesses to perfectionism. Which is the understatement of my entire career. If not my entire life. Augie! What do you guys want to add to the wheel? We'll open advanced mode, and then... Oop. Open advanced mode for this, and go to the content wheel. Tell me what you want. What are we doing on Wednesday? Hopefully a video game. I don't know which game. Best case scenario, it's Nicktoons if I can get it to work on one of my old PCs. But if it's not, we'll play some other game that came later down the line. Alright, let's see what your ideas are. SpongeBob is Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Sure, we'll add that to content. Kobat? Sounds like a Pokemon character. As an alien? There we go. I never know how to spell alien. Save before drawing, yes. Save before, yeah, you know what? It is actually saved. I save when I'm doing After Effects very often. So I very naturally save. Some programs I'm more used to saving on. And that one apparently is one that I'm very used to saving on. Alright. SpongeBob art content idea. SpongeBob forgot to show up. What is that? Just an empty wheel? I just draw the background? I don't know if that one works. It's funny, but I don't know if it works. Napoleon Bonaparte's... That's funny. Okay. There we go. Napoleon Bonaparte. Bonaparte. Okay. SpongeBob is an alien. Cell animation SpongeBob. Oh, he already is a cell animation. Unless you're talking about like the really high quality paintings that they do. I don't have physical paint that I can actually paint with. I can't do a real cell animation version of SpongeBob. SpongeBob is Godzilla. Unless you just mean like season 1 style, which somebody did want to see. Iron Man. Got a lot of superheroes on our list. Obi-Wan Kenobi. We've done that with Squidward. And I think we've done Jedi before. Haven't we done Jedi as, If he has a lightsaber ever. Also, we've done the Medieval Knight, so we're not going to do that again. Have I actually... Is that what somebody was telling me, is that I have Medieval Knight already twice in the wheel? This one turned out way good. I was surprised at how good that one turned. We need to delete that temporary. Baller. We've had a lot of good ones recently. Oh, we had Luke Skywalker recently. I'm not going to do Obi-Wan Kenobi because we've had 2 Star Wars ones recently. I don't want to have an endless, like, amount of Star Wars SpongeBob arts. We might add them later, but not now. Okay, so I don't think there's any other... But yeah, so okay. No Obi-Wan Kenobi for now. Season 1 style. I'll add that to the style wheel. Season 1. We'll do that as plus. I don't know why there's an empty one. BoJack Horseman? Sure, that's distinctive enough. Kool-Aid Man? Should I do Kool-Aid Man style? Or, like, Kool-Aid Man content? Do Kool-Aid Man content. Liberty Kids is style. Liberty's Kids? Liberty's Kids, I haven't heard of that. Oh wow, what a weird... Not weird, it's like it's Western, like, anime kind of, you know, Western animation. It reminds me of, you know, a lot of PBS Kids. What was this on? I'm gonna... Should I do that? It's very detailed. I don't know how I would draw a long nose. Long nose, SpongeBob's nose just not gonna work in that art style. Draw me in the SpongeBob style. I've already done that. You want to see it? I did it for the SpongeBob Reanimated project. This is my J Chase Films YouTuber icon as a fish. This is my fish Sona. And as you can see, I shaded it in my SpongeBob in real life style. Which, look how pretty this looks. Part of this looks pretty because I actually hand did this instead of having it all be done with automatic layers. Like, I did all the shading with hand done layers, so it looks better. I might have to go and do some hand done stuff for this Patrick animation, I don't know. But yeah, there you go. That's my version of myself. That's my J Chase Films fish Sona. Plus wearing glasses. We'll do that for content. Alright, let's get like 3 more. As a blue Navi from the Avatar movie. Not Nickelodeon. Yeah, I know what you mean. Gravity Fall style is good. Do we not already have that in here? Alright, gravity fall style is going to be added into this empty one. Alright, one more. Sleep deprived. That's a pretty good one. Create a classic SpongeBob scene in the SpongeBob lifestyle. Rage quit. I like both sleep deprived and rage quit. It's a very fun emotion to add. I think rage quit is just more interesting over the two. Sorry, Weird Dog, because I really like it. Maybe just request it again in the future and I'll add it. But rage quit, like imagine if we get like Iron Man rage quit. Like rage quit works really well with anything, I think, because I get to interpret that with whatever else we get. So I like rage quit. I can also do that with why not? We'll just add sleep deprived. I said one more. We'll add two more. They're both good. All right, let's roll on the wheels. 3, 2, 1. Roll the wheel! Let's see what we get. Paper art style! Okay, is this actually me using real paper art? Like, am I gonna... Oh, I actually am. Is this construction paper style? I'm gonna make something with paper. Alright, I'm gonna pull my colored paper out of the back closet here. And we're gonna make something with colored paper. You guys ready for this? Let's do it. Paper art style. I'm gonna get scissors out. I'm gonna get like tape and glue, and I don't know. It's gonna be wild. Probably I won't. I'm probably just gonna lay everything down and try my best to do something just on the ground. It's gonna be wild. All right, paper art style. And what are we gonna be doing in paper art style? Let's find out. Meanwhile, I gotta actually see like what we got. That's it. As a police, okay. Interesting. Well, sure. SpongeBob as a police officer in paper art. I think the real challenge is just going to be doing it in paper art at all. If anything, as a police officer is a like wonderful help to me. Which color is that? It's yellow. As a police officer. Okay. Okay, here we go. We're going to set this up. We're going to be in this screen because I'm going to be full screen. Hi, Winnie. How you doing? Let's get my construction paper out of the closet. Let's see, construction paper. Now, Winnie, you need to not get in the way of this process, because I feel like you're going to want to get in the way of this process. Paper! In fact, instead of doing this, I'm going to do this on my desktop, because I realize if I try to go on the ground, the dog is gonna like attack me. So I'm gonna pull out the crap cam, because I'm gonna give you guys two angles. You guys will be able to see my face and also what I'm doing. Or if you guys don't want to see, yeah, you guys want to see my face? Let me know. If you guys want to see my face while I'm doing this, then we can bring out the crap cam. Otherwise, I'll just point my fancy camera towards the tabletop here, so you'll see what I'm working on. All right. Unscrew. Dollar store cam? Alright, we're bring out the dollar store cam. Okay, I probably didn't need to... I realized I didn't need to unplug the camera, so sorry that it just shut off. I did not need to do that. I chose to. Was it a mistake? Maybe. We'll find out very soon on the next episode of JJ Streams. No, okay. Plug in the control, keep the thing working, put it on the tripod, have this be like over the shoulder here so you guys can see what I'm doing. Alright, and now try to reset my camera because I have done a goof. Did this and this. Cam link 4K. Is it just like really dark or something? It is. There. How do we brighten this up? Oh my gosh, it's so dark. Okay, there we are. So I'm gonna just remove my keyboard and work here. This is what I'm gonna do. All right. Keyboard to the side. This is my workspace. Construction paper at the ready. I do need scissors. So I'm gonna find some scissors and let me get the dollar store camera. So you're just gonna see this for a little bit. We'll save those changes. Oh, what happened to chat? Oh, I'm in 4K again, aren't I? And now it got dark again. Alright. Let's get out of 4K mode. Alright, and now, properties, change it back and forth. Alright, there we are. It's gonna take me long enough. We finally got to this roll on the wheel, though. This was a long time coming. We've had this here since, like, the Squidward art days, and we're finally gonna get to do it. Alright. There we go. Let's figure out what I can do. We've got scissors, hopefully. Here we go. Tiniest scissors I could possibly ask for, and it's got like junk in them from the last time I used them. It's like some fabric. I guess I have a knife as well if I need to use that. I don't know if I want to have a pencil or anything, just to like make off some marks to cut off. I think I'm not going to. I think I'm gonna freeform everything and just like freehand it, because I don't know if I'm not gonna have time. I'm gonna have like 10 minutes here, so I'm not gonna have time to really sit down and focus. Here's, you know what I'm gonna do for my timer? Here's what I'm gonna do for my timer. You might get a kick out of this. We're gonna pull the timer up. I'm just gonna put it on my screen. Ah, how do you like that? That's my timer. We'll put it literally in the camera view. Oh, that's funny. Let me put chat visibly to me so I can actually see you guys chatting. All right, there we go. Chat is visible to me. Glue? I could do glue. OBS has a timer? What? What? What do you mean? How long? Alright, I'm plugging in dollar store camera so that you can see my face. I can just do this. I mean, I've got my tripod still, so I can just put it right back on the tripod. Alright, and tighten the tripod. Alright. Once I get it turned on. Add the video capture device, make it be this, and... Oh, is it not working? I went to my keyboard that's not there. Here, let's try that again. Properties. Oh. Oh, yes, it's working. Okay, good. I thought it wasn't going to work. Alrighty there. Where's the timer? I want you guys to still be able to see it. Oh, why is there a wire? That's my... Okay, it's my fault. Can I hear the audio, please? Thank you. There we go. We should take a break from requesting things from the wheels, yes. Alright, I'm going to put myself here. That's such a wide view for the camera angle. Alright. Wait. Ooh, there we go. Alright, and then timer up a little bit. The weirdest way to show a timer in the world. Oh, are we ready? I think we are. I hate how tiny these scissors are, but I don't think I have another option. All the other scissors are like downstairs or something. Here we go. Oh, this is gonna be really rough to use. Take this. Alright. Am I really gonna be stuck with this? These are probably the worst pair of scissors I have in the house. But I literally don't have another option. Alright, let's go. I'm gonna pull up the Sonic music. Let's go. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, we're gonna start off with the color yellow, because we need our good boy to have a head. So, we'll just do this, and cut out the shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna have to make the hat go over this, and I'm making it kind of small, but I guess I'm stuck into making it small. I don't know, maybe I make it bigger. Can't resize things later. I actually do want a pencil now that I think about it. So if I'm gonna have the nose be about that big, I want it to be kind of like that. So we'll go in and actually cut out the right shape. Alright, careful with the round part. Alright. There we go. Nose is at the ready. I would like to actually attempt... I can't just cut into the wood. This isn't a cutting board. So I can't just cut into my table. So instead, I will just have to have this layered on top. Alright, we need white. The color white. Good thing it's the next one here. Let's make some circles. Circles are notoriously easy to do on paper cutting, right? No one has ever screwed up cutting a circle. That's the easiest thing to do ever. Alright. Just gonna... Yeah, that's a really bad circle. I knew it! I knew it was not gonna be that good! It's also really big, so I can cut it down a little bit. And still really big. Okay, we need to make it even smaller. And in fact, I'm gonna cut both at the same time. That might have been way too small. Okay. We're about to find out if this is way too small of a circle. How do they look? Oh no, that's pretty good! I realize I'm just making like classic South Park, aren't I? Alright. I might need glue. I feel like if I don't have glue, nothing works here. This is really hard to actually control. Everything is so tiny. Oh, I shouldn't be using the pencil side. Actually, the eraser side is a really good side to use because it's got so much grip. Alright, I'm gonna pause for a second. Alright, so that used up 3 minutes and 20 seconds, right? Or is it 2 minutes and 20? Yeah, 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Okay. So, I need something sticky. If I had double-sided tape, that would actually be perfect, because it would be flat. I think I might have some tape. Looky there! Double-sided tape! Okay, let's get rid of the, the side that's covered in a bunch of, like, random scraps of, like, fuzz from the cabinet there. Double-sided tape is exactly what I need, so that things aren't going to be moving around, because I'm going to lose a lot of time just, like, messing around with... Like, look at that. I just actually breathed on it. Okay, so... I'm going to preemptively get myself, like, a bunch of... No, you know what? I'll just do it like this, and I can cut off a tiny piece each time. Because I don't need to, like... I just need, like, this, right? That might work. That might work. We'll find out. You think I'm gonna need more than 10 minutes? Hey, it's confidence. I can do this. I've got it. All right, so we'll grab the eye, and we will place it down right there. Okay, awesome. Next up, take this. Great. Put it onto the nose. Okay, that's a start. Did I just put it on the wrong side? Alright, his entire face is being rotated, guys. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Shoot. That's bad. Oh no. Also, me laughing literally throws the pieces of paper so far away. So we're gonna take this eye and get it off the page now. Put this one down first. Then put down the nose. And then put down this eye, which currently doesn't have any tape on it. Oh, that's because it was already there. Okay. Alright, 5 minutes left. I need, like, a black color. So, let's go with a smile. Alright, good enough. And yes, I know that I still have to make him look like a police officer. Actually, let's not do a smile. Let's do like a... You know what? I'm just gonna put tape on the entire backside of this. I'm just gonna turn the paper into sticker. That way, as I cut the shape, it's automatically sticky. So, let's start off with the front side of the mouth being like that. And then... like that. And then... cut it like there. And then... cut it down the way. Alright. That's really thick. This is a very thick mouth right now. Alright. I don't have, like, the right tools to do this. Alright, same thing. Put some sticky on it before. And then cut it out. Alright. Get some teeth. I need, like, the tiniest little shapes. I should have made this way bigger. It would have been easier. I'm working with something way too small to even, like, see. Oh, gosh, where are these going? Where'd it go? Alright. Put the tooth down. I probably could have put the tooth down first underneath the, Guys, I made this way too small. I can't, like, work with it. This would be interesting to try again if I did it better. Okay. Time-wise, we're doing kind of okay. Let's, again, put tape on the backside of the blue. Alright. And now, I just need this piece. Alright, sweet. Let's get those eyes. Let's get those eyes. So, in fact, oh, you know what I should have done first? Is I should do the black part pupils first. Alright. So I'm just gonna grab tiny little dots. Why did I not put tape on it first? Alright, tape is on it. Trying my best not to cut myself. Safety first, everybody. 2 minutes left, are you kidding me? Alright. Just cut a little circle. Way too small. This is like the tiniest art I could have possibly made myself do. If it was bigger, if I could have rewinded and redo the whole thing. In fact, if I have this on the wheel again, I will do it way bigger next time. Alright. Now that I have that, I can cut out the pupils around that. Alright. Oh, that's kind of stylistic. give him some cool eyebrows. I know, I'm wasting time on the eyebrows when I could be doing... Alright, rip that off, take the other chunk off. This is maybe the least safe I've ever been with scissors. Don't try this at home. And then remove the top of that other one. Remove the bottom of that. Remove the top of this. Make them both cut down. Great. Sheesh, the music is intense! Alright, police officer hat would look like... that? Oh, look at that, everybody. Oh, look, no, wait, look, oh, he's a police officer. Overtime? Yeah, let's just have fun with it. Let's make something that looks good. I'm gonna keep everything that I put in here, though. I'm not gonna change anything that was in the original. I don't know if I can make this more clear for you. I realize how far away this is now. Alright. So let's make the hat for real. Just gonna cut down here. And use this piece of tape as basically the backing that's gonna actually keep the whole thing together. It kind of looks like a Super Mario hat a little bit. I'm gonna reposition the black brim of the hat. I need a little yellow star. So let's go back to our yellow piece of paper, which has fallen all the way under my desk. Maybe, I mean, I don't know, we could try taking a big break from taking requests. We have a lot on the wheel for sure to accomplish. I really wish I made this bigger. I think it would have looked way better if it were bigger. Alright. Trying to put tape entirely on the backside of this. This is so hard to do. I'm like trying to like... I'm about to cut a star out of this. Tiny little shape. I'll have to clean up all this later, too. I just thought about that. All these little scraps of tape and paper. Can be very pesky. Okay. Might just have to make do with the bottom of the star being like a flat line. It's starting to look that way. Starting to look like the bottom of the star is just gonna be a flat line. Can you tell how much I do papercraft? This paper is years old. The only reason this yellow looks so pale, and obviously it looks more pale on that camera, if I pull it up in front of the dollar store camera, it's a little bit more saturated, but it's legitimately so pale because this is just really old paper that has like lost its color. Alright. Oh, I ruined it at the last moment. It was looking good. I actually wish I didn't... Oh man, I wish I didn't try to cut out the bottom of it. Here. Yeah, that's just bad. It's just a bad star. We're gonna hide it behind the brim of his hat. Okay. Let's give him a little outfit. We're gonna end up using black again in a second. Little outfit, let's go. He's about yay big. Don't forget to save this police officer! Yeah! Oh, I thought you meant like, yeah, don't forget to save the file. It's like, oh yes, I forgot! Don't save, gotta save the file! Yeah, I'll take a picture of it under nice lighting, and then that's gonna be what we'll keep. Let's put some tape under the black paper. He is a police officer who's looking out for, I don't know, all of Paper Town. Paper Town? Yeah, that's a novel, isn't it? That will probably be D tier. What will be D tier? This right here? No, I don't think this is that bad. Maybe it's a little bad. It's unique, though. Is the Sponge Boy... He's really tall, isn't he? He's maybe a little too tall. Well, there's only one thing to do about that. No. Better? Better. This is still Sonic. Goodness. Unrecognizable to me. Hey! I don't know what else to do with him, really. I mean, I can give him some arms, but... that you're asking for something even more difficult from me and my skills. I can, like... There's a reason why the original South Park never had arms. Their adults do. Oh, you know what actually would be better? I got a great solution for the arms. Here's my solution for the arms. It's going to be, we take the corner of the page. We cut out a corner. And then we have like his arms with a bent elbow. And then we cut it out one more time, and we get the second arm. That's my solution. We need to give him little sleeves, but I think that's actually going to look really good. Alright, we need to tape that on. I'm going to just take the tape itself, cut it, and put it on the inside edge so that we can just tape it to the back side of the model here. Hey, how you doing? You doing homework? Well, good to have you here. Welcome. Very glad to have you. We are currently working on overtime, way overtime. Like right now we're just having fun with it. But we had Paper SpongeBob show up in the art wheel. And I just wanted to give him a good, good actual effort here. Alright. Give him two little sleeves. Actually, I can just put it underneath these arms. He is so weakly made, by the way. He could fall apart any minute. How's that look? A bit too low. There we go, that's better. Alright. I just lost my earbud. It's very peaceful. It's reminding me of when I did stop motion stuff. Like, this is kind of the workflow of a stop motion. I've been pretty hectic starting it. Yes, sure thing, Polans. I can do that. But man, yeah, this has been it's a neat little paper crafts. I forgot how fun paper crafts are. Oh, that's probably not gonna be correct. Oh, good? Yeah, it's good enough. Good enough for the fact that I'm still trying to go fast even if I don't have a timer anymore. And now let's get like two little hands. Alright, if anybody asks, we somehow did this in 10 minutes. We would somehow... Oh, that's my wife getting home. Gonna have to end the stream soon, but... not before we add 2 little tiny details. Alright, boop. Boop. And... 3, 2, 1. There we are! Paper SpongeBob, the police officer, is complete. And it so looks like a Super Mario hat. The outfit is very, very Super Mario. His eyes are so janky. It, like, that was just necessity that it looked like that, but it does indeed look like unintentionally stylized kind of shapes. His right pupil, more than his left one, looks really cool. I like that a lot. Yeah, guys. Well, hey! That is... oh, for some reason I didn't have the right one. Anarchy Rainbow. Let's see if I can find it. Alright. Well, everybody, I only had to use, like, 3 colors. 4. I did have to use the color white. But there we go. From all of this, I didn't use any of it. I'll have to put that all away now. I'll have to clean this all up. At the end of the day, though, hey, it's been a pretty good stream. I appreciate... oh, we are in close-up face right now. That's right. Thanks, everybody, for joining me today. It's been a good stream. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. And without further ado, peace out. See you soon. I'll have, hope, maybe a bonus stream, I think, where we're going to finish up 3 models for that. We should hopefully be playing some SpongeBob games soon. And I've got 2 cameras on me now, so I don't know what else to do besides say bye! Good to see you, and I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. 3, 2, 1. Peace out. Wow! Wait, I've got 2 cameras, so what should I... oh, can I like, pass the frame on both? Here we go. You ready? I'm gonna go...